What a do, Buddha crew? It is your boy Finna SB here, back with another video today. We are going to be watching the ISA 2019 Girls Finals, the Women's Park Finals, I should say, to be more politically correct. There are 6 riders, 2 runs. The best run score counts. If first place is tied for first, then they will rebuttal to their first run scores, or their second run score, deeming whichever is higher. We will be kicking off this contest any moment now. You can see our competitors all lined up across the park at this point. Introductions from left to right are as follows. First up, you have Josephine Zagorski from Le Francais. Next is Bianca Dilworth representing Apex Pro Scooters all the way from sunny Australia. Next is Scoot Clary or Scoot Claire. Your district rider has now officially been announced. It's Lucy Evans or Lucy Scoot on the gram. Next is Becca Ortiz all the way from San Diego, California at just 15 years old. One of the greatest scooter riders in the female league at this point. And last but not least, it's Ortiz Madsen representing New Zealand all the way across the other side of the world. You can see Andrew Broussard in the crowd there, the godfather supporting the scooter industry. It is great. As you can see, all the women competitors are going to be warming up on the park, and we will be getting this contest underway at any given moment. Representing Pro Ride 34 store, it is Josephine Zagorski. Bar spin over the spine, coming across the skate park, tail whip bar spin air, landing both tricks so far as she transfers across the spine, lining up for a quarter pipe trick, backside lip stall, just dabbing the foot there, whip front scooter air, clutching that up, taking her time to wind up for more tricks, board sliding on the A-frame rail, bar twist air on the backside, full whipping the bank to bank, one of those more technical tricks, back 5-0 on the quarter pipe. She's got 4 pegs on the whip, so she must have plenty of pegs experience. Going down on that bar spin tail whip out of the wave ramp, coming back through with 8 seconds on the clock. It's a finger whip out of there. Stalling the quarter pipe with one last trick. Bri flip drop in, just going down on that one, unfortunately. We'll have to see how that affects her score. Need to remind you, this is the first time that women have been at all involved in the ISA contest. So it's great to see some equality progression within the sport of scootering. There are plenty of female riders out there, but I guess the officials felt as if there weren't enough inspiration for those riders out there in the public. I believe they will inspire many more women riders all across the globe, and there's nothing better than more scooter riders. Am I right? Next up, Becca Ortiz, rocking the G-Shock. Josephine scoring a 49 on her first run, ranking her in first place as she's the first competitor to have gone. Next up, we'll see if Bianca Dilworth can push her off that top spot. Representing Australia and Apex Pro Scooters, like I said, dropping in Bianca Dilworth for her first run, tuck no-hander over the spine, straight into a heel kickless on the big box, backside lipping the quarter, coming across the spine, quick bar spin there as she pushes towards the other side of the park, Bri flip tail whip, everything landed perfect so far. Those New Balance shoes must be doing their job. Triple heel out of the quarter spine there, out of the wave ramp, I should say. What do you call that obstacle? Let me know down in the comments. Whip rewind out of said obstacle, leading into a whip bar spin air, doing the correct tail whip and correct directions of bar spins. This is good to see. 20 seconds remaining on the clock with the whip front scooter air, matching that of Josephine's first run. Board slide on the A-frame rail, again, showing that she can do these rails as well. Bar rewind air. I saw a cheeky smile there. She must know that she's doing quite well. Buttercup air, just going down, unfortunately, there. I might have spoken too soon. She gives everyone a wave, and that is going to be time for Bianca Dilworth. Went down pretty hard on the frontal there. Like I said, the park is a little bit intimidating. The ramps are not small, guys. They are not small. There's that Bri flip tail whip air and the board slide on the down rail. Do we see any cheeky heels in there? Maybe a little bit. Here's the heel kickless. Plenty of amplitude on that. Plenty of speed, plenty of height. A big jump. It ain't no joke. Looking at the top of the arena there, you can see all the countries' flags that are represented here at the World Roller Games. Very good to see. A lot of diversity, a lot of culture representation from all around the world. Waiting on her first score. It looks like it's going to be a 73.2. So she's currently ranked in first. A little bit of a shrug. Maybe pushing the 80s. Here's Claire representing Scoot USA for her first run. Fast spin over the fat spine. Straight into a finger whip, late whip on the box jump. Backside air on the vert wall. Fast spin over the spine. Inward fly out. Dropping back in. There's the buttercup air. Feeble stall on the quarter with 30 seconds roughly left on the clock here. Coming off her scooter. Setting up for another trick. It's a bri flip fly out. Getting some speed as she comes across to the other side of the skate park. Into the fat spine, just clears that with ease. Bri flip tail whip air, drops the foot unfortunately. Little shake of the head, she knows that she can do better. 15 seconds left on the clock. A Mac flip air almost coming off there. Could have gotten ugly, maybe almost fallen off the side of the park just then. Had to save herself. 3 seconds left, she redeems herself on the Mac flip. And that's going to be time for Scoot Claire. We can take a look at that replay and see what went wrong on that first Mac flip. Here's that replay. There's the inward fly out. I'm not too sure if the judges will be favoring fly out tricks. Fly out is kind of one of those no-goes when it comes to contests, but as long as they land the tricks, I'm sure that's all that matters. There's the Mac flip. She landed a little bit too far up the deck. We call that a tube stomp. Just having no or little control over that back wheel. It kind of just gets away from you and you kind of just got to lean back. Maybe you'll roll out of it, maybe you won't. There's a 63.4 for her first run, putting her in second place currently. Next up, you got Lucy Evans, who's just been announced to be the first female rider ever to represent District Pro Scooters. Rocking the S1 helmet. Safety is key. 60 seconds on the clock. It's Lucy Evans dropping in with that pigeon toe style. Coming over the spine into a bar twist tail whip. What? I did not expect such a move. Clearing the spine. Backflip fly out, just not quite clearing out of the quarter pipe far enough. Double tail whip on the quarter as she comes across. Bri flip air on the back of the spine. She's going to set up once again for the box jump, it looks like. Let's see what she brings to the table this time. If it's anything like her first trick, I think we'll all be well impressed. What is it? Fast plant front flip over the box, almost going down, but almost clutching it. 20 seconds left. Is she going to call it there? We'll have to find out. We'll have to just keep watching. Unfortunately, just maybe getting a little bit of the nerves, a little bit of the wobbles here in her first run. I'm sure she'll come back and do better in the second. But like I said, we'll have to stick around and find out. Just dapping the toe there on the 360 down whip. And she is going to call it there. That's Lucy Evans, everybody. A little bit of nerves, a little bit of intensity there. But her first box trick, I don't know how. I don't know how she got that. That's a crazy trick for a man or a woman. There's that backy fly out. The cameraman just struggling just as much to film it as she is to landing it. Across the box jump. Look at this. Bar twist tail whip. That is a gnarly trick. And the fast plant front flip, just not quite holding her feet on the deck there. Maybe she needs a fresh sheet of grip tape. The officials checking in. Lucy Evans with a 43, currently ranking her in 4th, as she didn't land too many tricks in that run, but she did have the amplitude and the fire in her run. That first box jump trick, I'm telling you, that was unmatched by anyone else's first box jump trick thus far today. Up next, your second place qualifier, if I'm not mistaken, it's Rebecca Ortiz, representing the Scoot Farm from America. Wow, there's a kickless late whip on the fat spine. Transferring for days into the vert wall there. Getting plenty of speed with 50 seconds left on the clock. She's setting up for the spine, following the box jump. Tail whip, the big spine, into the box. What has she got on the box jump here? Finger whip, late whip, the same as Scoot Claire. Not too much more intensity as I was expecting on that box jump trick. But she did have the fat spine trick. The first trick was the kickless late on the fat spine. That was pretty dank. Coming into the double volcano, I guess. Getting a little bit sketchy there. Not quite catching the correct transition there. Maybe she'll do better in her second run. 15 seconds left as she flare whips the quarter. The first flare trick we've seen thus far in this division of the contest. The cameraman botching the camera work there. I think it was a buttercup and a backside feeble on the down ledge. Following that, a quick bar spin on the quarter to finish off her run. That was Rebecca Ortiz, showing that she's going to be a force to be reckoned with today. Getting a little bit sketchy on that volcano thing, but I'm sure she can come back in her second run and put it all together just a little bit nicer. Really build on her first run score here. There's that flare tail whip. Very impressive. As I mentioned, the first trick on the fat spine, kickless late whip, she did come down a little bit wobbly there. Lucky to have not gone down on that. And here's the box jump trick, finger whip, late whip. Maybe she was going for a triple. We'll find out in her second run. Currently ranked in first place, 78.6. Rebecca Ortiz bumping the top placing right off and saying, this is my championship. I'll show you. Next up, Ortiz Madsen, your first place qualifier, all the way from Napier, New Zealand. Dropping in, bar spin the big spine into the box jump, inward bri flip to switcheroo. Quick whip rewind on the quarter pipe there. Stalling over the spine. Bar spin fly out, representing Fusion Pro scooters as she flares nice and low there in the quarters. Tail whip air. Coming out with 30 seconds roughly on the clock. Coming through to the street-ish section. Skipping right over that. Buttercup air. Is she going to hit a grind? Just a tail whip on the bank-to-bank here. Got room for a couple more tricks with 20 seconds left here on the clock. Backflip fly out. 15 seconds remaining on the clock here. Bar spin air on the back of the spine. As she turns around and sets up for the box jump once again, no doubt. Straight air over the spine into the box jump. Kickless, but going down pretty hard there. Ortiz Madsen taking a slam. Throwing her hands up in appreciation. Hopefully she'll come back in her second run. Maybe add a little bit more amplitude, a little bit more height to her tricks, which would vastly improve her score. You'll notice Rebecca Ortiz had a couple of grinds in her run as well. Things such as quarter pipe stalls instead of running out on the flat top like other competitors are doing. It's very important to keep your flow in a contest. See what kind of placing she's looking at right now. Currently ranked in 4th, 62.4, and we're now back to the top of the leaderboard for their second runs. Josephine Zagorski trying to get herself out of that 5th place ranking with the 49 points. Repeating her run thus far. Hopefully she's going to clean it up here. Coming out of the quarter to drop in for a quick bar back lip. Not dapping the foot there. Improving on her first run. Whip front scooter air. Clutching that up. Was a little bit cleaner than her first also. Coming off her scooter like I mentioned there. Backside board slide on the rail. Getting the diversity in there. Bar twist air on the quarter pipe. There's the full whip over the A-frame, but unfortunately going down there on the full whip. 18 seconds remaining on the clock. 50-50 stall, not going for that 5-0 this time. Finger whip out of the wave ramp. 5 seconds left, but a couple more tricks. Bar spin in and a straight air out. That's going to be time for Josephine Zagorski. I'm sure she wanted more than that in this run. But there's always next year. She had the grind on the A-frame rail. She had the bar backlip on the quarter pipe. That's the diversity that we're talking about here. When you see the riders come out of the quarter pipes and they step off their scooter, that is not something that the judges like. It's important to keep that flow, keep that roll going. You know what I'm saying? A 52.6 here in the second run. Not too much improvement on the first, but there's always further room for improvement. Zagorski Dilworth, the score to beat. 78.6. She's currently ranked 2nd at the World Roller Games 2019. Heel to kickless, repeating that first run thus far. Getting the back lip clip on the vert wall there. Bar spinning over the spine. Getting a quick push in there to maintain speed. Bri flip, tail whip, air. She's got those on lock by the looks of it. Coming in, there's the triple heel. Much cleaner than the first. Toboggan from the quarter to quarter. A little bit of a transfer there. back into the wavelength. Whip, rewind, late whip, improving on her first run there. There's a buttercup air. Cheeky smiles from Bianca. She knows what's going down. Bar spin over the bank to bank. Like I said, has not stepped off her scooter yet, only to push. She's keeping that flow going. There's the backside board slide. This run is very impressive thus far. Hoping she doesn't go down. There's bar rewind with 5 seconds left on the clock. Bar twist, no, untwist, sorry, on the bank to bank. And that is time. A flawless run from Bianca Dilworth here. Not a single flip, but I don't think she needed it, man. There was a lot of diversity in that run. A lot of cleanliness. No jumping off the scoot. That was what I would call a textbook run. Let's take a look at the replay and just see what we're talking about here. Here's the bri flip tail whip. Just look at the way she lands her tricks. This one as well. Whip, rewind, late whip. Vastly improving on her first run trick there. She only had the whip rewind. So she added a few things here and there in this run. She took away the buttercup from the far quarter where she stacked it, but did land it on a smaller quarter next to the vert wall on the other side. There's only a slight improvement on this run though, 76.4. She's not too stoked with that, and I have to agree. I think that run was flawless. She did not step off her scooter. There was no monkey running. There was no climbing. There was no reset button on her line. Her line went from start to finish without flow interruption. So I can't agree with the judges here on that one. I think that was very underscored. Scoot clear up next. Bar spinning over the spine straight into a bar whip over the big box. Backside air on the vert quarter. Bar spinning the smaller spine there. There's the inward fly out as she drops in. Buttercup air on the opposing quarter. Straight into an untwist fly out. Couple of pushes here. 30 seconds remaining on the clock as she airs the fat spine. There's the bri whip air. Got plenty of amplitude there. 25 seconds. See, there's a bit of running here, and that's what I'm talking about. When it comes to judging, when it comes to flow and flow interruption, the running, taking both feet off your scooter, that is where the flow is interrupted. There's a bri flip air, a little bit of trick repetition here. Tail whip flat, trying to pop in those tricks, those extra tricks just to gain extra points. I'm not sure the judges will be feeling it though. Another trick repeat with the bri whip, and unfortunately just dapping the foot there. The judges will not have mercy. Bri flip to whip air, just dapping that foot unfortunately. Here's the box jump trick. No worries there with the box jump trick, no flow interruption thus far. Until she got around from after this bri whip, I believe she started running to regain that speed. There's a 68.6, ranked in third. Next up will be Lucy Evans, representing District Pro Scooters. As I said, the first female to ever represent District on a pro level. The score to beat is a 78. Coming through with that foot style. There's bar to whip over the box jump. Frontside air. Tuck no-hander on the spine. There's the backy fly out, sticking it this time. She'll be happy with that. 40 seconds roughly on the clock remaining. Double tail whip, followed by a bri flip. Here's the reset. Taking a quick wander here. Looking for some hype from the crowd. Chat, let me hear it. 30 seconds left, going into the box jump. There's the fast plant fronty. Oh my goodness, she landed it. Wow. Lucy Evans, everybody, killing the flips in this run. First the backy, then the fronty. 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Triple tail whip air. Unfortunately not landing that one with 10 seconds left. Has she got time for another trick? Finger whip air, she sticks it. Might have time for one more. Going for the Mac whip. The Mick whip, I should say. That's where you finger whip the deck between your legs. It's hard to explain. Let's take a look at the replay. Here's that backy fly out. Really compressing the legs there. Lining herself up for the finger whip. Landing that nice and clean. No issues whatsoever. There's the bar spin tail whip on the box. And the front flip. That is very impressive. Judges have the toughest job in the whole contest. If anything is overscored or underscored, it comes down on their heads. I, for one, will definitely be keeping a close eye on the scoring here. There's a 64.8. Currently ranked in 4th. Rebecca Ortiz does have the flip combos. Alex had a few flips in her run. But honestly, I gotta say, I think the best style we've seen so far has come from Bianca. You can see Rebecca, she airs here, but daps the foot kind of in midair for balance. Jumping off the scooter as she sets up for the spine. Tail whipping over the spine into the box jump. She was going for that triple finger and landed it this time. Benihana air there, intentionally dropping the foot for balance. Frontside lip, dapping the foot there. Double tail whip out. Bri flip air with 15 seconds left. Lots of pushing here. There's the flare tail whip once again. 10 seconds left on the clock. Is she going to hit the rail? Nope, not yet. Whip front scooter air. Just going down there, unfortunately. Becca Ortiz taking a slam here. And that is going to be time. I can't agree with the scoring here. I'm sorry, I can't agree with the score here. I believe that Becca, she had amplitude, yes. Taking a look at the replay here, you can see they probably won't show the running or the foot drop on the frontside lip. But I gotta say, Bianca's run was far cleaner than any other competitors today. She has definitely been underscored here. There's the triple thing on the box. And although Becca had, better tricks with the triple thing, the flare whip, we'll have to go back and review her first run, I think. Here's Alex with the 62.4. The score to beat is a 78.6. Let's see what she brings to the table in the second run. Dropping into the big spine, straight air. Double kickless on the box jump. Bar spin air on the vert quarter. Tail whipping the spine. Coming across the skate park. Coming out of the quarter to drop in. Not stepping off the scooter. Like I said, that's what you want to see. You want to see them not stepping off the scooter. It looks better. The flow is uninterrupted. And you can still gather speed if you know how to pump. And that is what true professionals should know how to do at this level. There's the buttercup air. Using the park to maintain her speed until now. Stepping off the scooter to drop in. Backy fly out with 20 seconds left. Again jumping off the scooter here. Setting up for the box jump. Straight air on the spine. Inward bri flip over the box jump with 5 seconds left. Does she have time for one more trick? I don't think so. She's going to call it there. Alexandra Madsen for her second run, everyone. That is your first place qualifier, and it looks like Becca Ortiz is currently untouchable in first place here. Chat, let me know how you feel about these placings. I think Bianca Dilworth was definitely underscored here. But regardless, the main point of today's contest is to show everybody that women can scoot, and women are going to be breaking out in the scooter industry from now on. There's plenty of room for female riders in the sport. The more, the merrier. I'm gonna have a look at the final standings here as the men flood the course. Here's the last chance for judges to bump any tally spots. They'll be making their final decision here to complete the standings. Alex scoring a 77.2, putting her in second place, bumping Bianca down a spot there. Bianca wasn't jumping off her scooter in her run. She had much better flow. She had more diversity. She was hitting the grinds. She was hitting the box tricks, the air tricks. She had uninterrupted flow. I think the judges have got it wrong here, but the final standings as follows are: Rebecca Ortiz, first place with 78.6. Alexandra Madsen in second with a 77.2. And Bianca Dilworth in third place. Bianca Dilworth with a 76.4. Clara Parks, 68.6. Lucy Evans, 64.8. And Josephine Zagorski, 52.6. Guys, that is it for the Barcelona 2019 World Roller Games Women's Competition. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Please share this video on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I don't mind where you do it, just do it. We would appreciate it very much. It's been your boy, Finna SB, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have an amazing day.